Yeah.
The Fever, as you mentioned, took on Brazil back in Iowa. Caitlin's logo shot. I mean, she outdid she logoed the logo. Now they got to put a new logo down.
Everything may change in an instant. The world of women's basketball did not just pay attention when WNBA icon Sue Bird spoke out against Caitlin Clark. It paused, gasped, and saw the creation of history. What specifically did Sue Bird say? Why has this completely upended the sports world? What you're going to see is more than just a compliment, so stay with us. It's the passing of a torch. This is the tale of a shocking event that has the power to define a whole generation.
To Indiana, which I think everyone agrees right now has gone from, a team that made the playoffs last year, lost in the first round. They were building all the young pieces, of course, Caitlin Clark, to now an immediate contender with all the moves.
The Iowa native Caitlin Clark, a rookie phenom, is already changing the course of history. A basketball legend, however, who has won 4 WNBA championships and 5 Olympic gold medals, has taken notice of her.
The ratings for this game were 1.28 million. The game was on ESPN. It peaked at 1.6, and she only played like 18 minutes. Wow. So the Caitlin Clark effect is back.
This isn't your average highlight reel. The basketball community pays attention when Sue Bird talks. She doesn't give out praise like candy on Halloween. She dominated international courts, won trophies, shattered ankles, and endured 40 years at the top. What does it imply, therefore, that she talks about Caitlin Clark with such fervor?
On the Olympic team?
Right now?
No, no. I'm going to guess she'll probably be on the next Olympic team. Just guessing.
I mean, TBD.
Yeah.
We got 3 years.
It's more than praise, according to some. It's a prophesy. She's not good, according to Bird. I'm next, she says. A master acknowledging another master is what it is. In the same way that LeBron James could lean in during a young sensations performance, or Serena Williams might nod at a budding tennis talent. The endorsement, which carries decades of championship heritage, is quiet.
Seeing her play since the fall. I'm sure everybody was hype. I mean, we tuned in.
Yeah.
Everybody was hype. So that was really great to see. And then, of course, there was an adorable moment where basically all the Brazilian players were asking for her autograph and trying to take pictures. There's also a really cute moment where I think in their shoot around, they tried to hit it.
Although she doesn't have to, Caitlin Clark hasn't yet addressed Sue's shocking remarks in public. It's all in her game. She has already drawn attention with her daring highlight passes and logo shots in her first few WNBA games. However, with Sue Bird's approval, the bar was raised even farther.
And what I see in Caitlin, continuing to impress and she's going to break records nonstop for the next couple years. It's just going to be a constant.
What happens when a budding star receives approval from a legend? The stakes are really high. Bird's support is a challenge rather than merely publicity. Is Clark capable of living up to the legend's expectations of her? Can she represent the WNBA in its new era?
The thing that she knows everyone wants her to do.
She knows what the people.
She broke the record making that shot to begin with. There's just like a certain star quality and like star power there. But it takes you being confident enough, willing enough to be like, oh no. I know what you want. Come here. I'm gonna give it to you. I loved it so much. I just think it's great. I love when athletes have that bring the cameras right over here.
Well,
it's so fun.
I mean, I couldn't agree more.
It's not only basketball, fans. It's an opportunity to see a generational moment. The meeting point of 2 great periods. Because of Bird's remarks, this has become must-watch television with a plot that goes beyond a simple game. The WNBA is entering a new era.
What's interesting is at the start of the season, everybody had their panties in a twist over Caitlin getting picked up full court and Caitlin being denied. And I think what I'm not surprised by is naturally during a WNBA season, teams and players, you start to get a little tired. You're kind of in the doldrums of the every day or every other day's game. And it's hard to keep.
What comes next, then? Caitlin Clark has received the suburb mark of approval and the go-ahead. Will she step up to the plate and guide Indiana to the postseason? Or will she feel a lot of strain from this new expectation? The whole basketball community will undoubtedly be watching and anticipating.
I think it's the one that, for most people, took it to another level. So now you're oh, they're a contender. Now the expectations have changed. I'm sure the way they're approaching this season.
It is the beginning of a new age. Phenom has responded to the words of one legend. The torch has been handed over, and the narrative is just beginning. You're missing out on history being written in real time if you're not watching Caitlin Clark right now. And this is only the beginning, based on what Sue Bird has said.
But oh, what do you know? She's no longer getting picked up full court in the ways that we teased Ari McDonald for when she did it after a free throw when she still had another free throw. Mm-hmm. But what you're seeing is Caitlin now is able to push the ball up the floor. She's able to hit those get-ahead passes. Yeah. And so I won't be surprised if as the season gets later into playoff runs, if you start to see teams do more.
Caitlin Clark and the whole WNBA are in shock as Sue Bird, the high priestess of basketball, revealed a bombshell about the emerging star. This is in a world where history is made on hardwood floors, and every shot has the potential to make a difference. What is it that Sue said that fans are talking about?
The playoffs. And that's where you brought up the fever. I think what I've learned in my WNBA experience is pace of play trumps physicality, it trumps size, it can trump experience, because a lot of times when you're experienced, it's really
a new age has been embodied by 2023 college basketball scoring phenom Caitlin Clark. However, the issue of whether she has what it takes looms when she enters the WNBA stage. According to Sue Bird, she does. In an environment where every word counts, too. The roar of approbation is a bird's praise.
You had to pick Caitlin up full court. Yeah. This is why. The numbers putting up now, this is why.
Now she broke the record.
Yeah, everyone was mad about it. I was I don't get it. That would be I don't even know what it would be like. It'd be like letting Kevin Durant shoot pull-ups all day. It's no.
Can't do it, y'all.
Yeah, I just, yeah.
She's
I don't
also
know why I picked that.
figuring it out and settling in.
She's definitely figuring it out.
Got a little rest.
Oh, another thing, by the way, I never thought Caitlin wasn't strong. That was actually something I noticed in college. She had a strength about her. Will she get stronger?
Caitlin Clark is more than just a viral clip machine, Subber said in a podcast interview that has already gone viral. As if the WNBA owed her money, she is a generational player who is ready to burn it down. Source: 2025 interview snip.
Afraid or intimidated to use your platform at a time when not a lot of folks were?
To be honest, I was. I think there was a period, I entered the WNBA in 2002. Times were way different if you fast forward to 2006.
Not just any veteran is speaking here. Sue Bird is an Olympic icon with 4 gold medals, a 5-time EuroLeague champion, and a 4-time WNBA champion. The basketball community pays attention when she talks. The game has been influenced by her voice, and her admiration for Caitlin Clark has only sparked an explosion. Although Clark has not yet made a public statement on Sue's remarks, those close to her say she has been extremely honored, startled, and dumbfounded. Team Insider 2025 is the source. Her modest recognition that she now bears the burden of expectation and the potential of greatness says volumes. Caitlin Clark is a ray of optimism in a league that is still fighting for recognition from the general public. She has, nevertheless, also turned into a lightning rod. Real-time analysis of every game, shot and remark. Although it's a game changer, Sue Bird's support also makes Clark a target. Remembering the context is important. From her collegiate fights with Angel Rita arguments over her defensive hustle and shooting volume, Clark's ascent has been divisive. And now the blessing of Sue Bird adds fuel to the flames. Will the pressure break Clark, or will she live up to the hype? Sue's words cause the skeptics to appear. Clark hasn't earned it yet, according to trolls. To be clear, however, Subber did not spend 20 years creating the WNBA in order to provide meaningless praise. Trust her if she tells you that Clark is the genuine thing. It's not only basketball at stake here. It concerns the transfer of a generational torch. The game is not being gatekeepered by Sue Bird. The door is being opened by her. I see you, she's saying to Caitlin Clark. I have faith in you. And it presents both a difficulty and a gift for Clark. Clark's career in the WNBA is just getting started. This weekend marks the start of the Indiana Fever season, an opportunity to validate Sue Bird. In addition, there is a legacy that has yet to be written. This is the start of the next chapter. This goes beyond basketball, from Bird to Clark, from the past to the future. This is the game's core. Will Caitlin Clark be able to handle the pressure? Will the prophecy of Sue Bird come to pass?